What's up, guys? Kiroski here. We are now here with a cheat maker that I already announced in few of my videos. Cheat maker that is like a long time on the scene, a really long time. Like he decided to jump in this story. We will ask him everything about cheating and cheat making and how he does it without DMA. He will explain everything for you. So we will go with no names, nothing. He's here with me. We just call him developer, right?
Yeah, let's just go developer.
Yeah, let's go with that. So tell me how long you are you're still in CS. How long are you in that story?
I've been playing CS since Source, actually, from back Source days.
1.6 nothing?
Yeah, I played 1.6, but not when... I played 1.6 after Source already released. Source was newest Counter-Strike, so...
Tell me like this, how you start cheating?
Well, at first I started cheating not even on CS. I started cheating back in the PlayStation and the Xbox 360 days on all the Call of Duties. Because back then you could sell stuff to people. Like if people wanted like some gun unlock or like they wanted to level be max or whatever, people would pay you like $10 for it. So if you had the modified console, they were called jailbroken consoles.
Yeah.
If your console was jailbroken, and on Xbox it was called JTAG, and then later the name changed to RGH, but same concept, all of three of them. If you had one of those, then you could like load the mods onto the console and like sell any service to anybody you wanted. So at first, I guess that's like the oldest time I can remember me technically cheating, because it is cheating. And like on PlayStation 3 it was even easier than on Xbox. You could just have like a USB, like a flash drive, and you could put mod menu onto it and just put it in the console and load it.
That's just evolving in some type of cheating, but it's
involved in it, but I was not making anything. Like I was just downloading stuff from internet and then using them to make money.
how that switched to CS.
Well, I guess I switched to CS because I saw how much money there was in Counter-Strike. At first, I was not making cheats in Counter-Strike. I was actually like using other cheats. Like I was paying for cheats back in like a long time ago, back in the day. And then I wanted to make some money from playing the game, because I was already playing the game for like so much time every day, but not making anything from it. So and I was really interested in like how like cheating and stuff worked. And then I already knew that there was a lot of people who were cheating and making money. So I was like, why not try it? So I wanted to go cheat in leagues. And but this was not during Source. This was like already when CSGO was like already like being developed like many years. And this...
Can you tell us a year around 2000?
Like 2016. Yeah, okay, 2015 maybe. And then Sivo was like already dying and like shit and everything. Everybody was like...
Before FACEIT.
ESEA. Before ESEA. So FACEIT is now, before FACEIT, ESEA, before ESEA was Sivo, before Sivo was ESL Wire.
Oh, but you were on Sivo, right? You weren't before.
Yeah, I play on Sivo, like during the end of its like lifespan,
Yeah, no cheating on Sivo, right? Nothing there?
No, a lot. Okay. But did they have
any anti-cheat there on Sivo?
Yeah, they had their own anti-cheat. It was just bad. Like Sivo actually hosted some, I don't remember what tournament it was, but they hosted like a very big Valve sponsored tournament, and like 3 different teams were turned out to be cheaters. And then that's when Sivo died completely. Like they kind of like lost all their like reputability.
Think like FACEIT right now. I'm joking.
Because Sivo was like tasked with hosting a pretty important event, and the security fell all the way through, and a lot of people were cheating, and then that's why we don't have Sivo anymore.
Yeah, they lost all their like credibility. They were
no credibility at all. Niggas died.
Yeah, so that's when you like went ESEA and you saw there's like leagues and all that, right?
Yeah, because I was always pugging and stuff. I was already playing game like many hours. I play Counter-Strike, but then I was like, why not just get into it? Let's do it. And so I went to ESEA, and then I wanted to cheat ESEA, but I did not want to develop cheats yet. This is like kind of when I first started developing Counter-Strike cheats. I would rather have just bought them, but there were no like publicly available things that were trusted, and the ones that we knew existed, you couldn't really ever get into. Like you had to have very close connections with the people making them. So only other option was, make it yourself.
People said that ESEA, like they had like the best anti-cheat, like ESEA was so protected. It's way better than FACEIT. They are still talking about that. Like when and they're calling out FACEIT.
It's almost same exact thing, man. The only difference is that ESEA was just doing it like long time ago. That's really what it was. They were kind of ahead of the curve when it came to like protecting Counter-Strike. It wasn't that they were better than anything else we have now, like compared to FACEIT. It's just that they were doing it early, so it kind of seemed like it was so overpowered and good, but it's the same.
How long were you cheating on ESEA before like switching to FACEIT and start making cheats? How that story goes?
I don't know. I cheated ESEA from season 20, so S20 to like S25. Maybe I played 26. I don't remember.
And it was on one account. You didn't switch accounts.
I was not pugging. I was playing in league, I was playing in main, advanced, and premier back then. Now it's called ESL Challenger League, but back it was before ESL and before Mountain Dew League, all that. It was called Premier, but all the same league. But I was playing Premier, main, and advanced. So I wasn't pugging. I was like playing one account, 4 teams, winning money here.
There are people they don't play leagues and all that, so they just have like the idea of the time, how long you have.
Yeah. It's several years now. I never had one issue. I probably play maybe close to 75 like high ranked league games.
Okay, let's just add. Did you ever get banned on FACEIT?
Yes, I have FACEIT banned before. Yeah.
Yeah, it was with your cheat or?
Yes, it was with the first cheat I ever made FACEIT.
Okay, so let's start with that.
Everyone started going FACEIT. That's when FACEIT started getting popular. That's when FACEIT started hosting all the tournaments and the majors and blah, 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 blah. So there was no reason to play ESE anymore.
We are switching now to FACEIT, right? It's becoming big.
Yeah.
Switch to FACEIT.
Yeah, I switched to FACEIT and I was already cheating ESEA. So, I mean, I was like, I'm going to go to new platform, just keep doing what I'm doing. But I had to make whole new cheat to switch to FACEIT. So I started like investigating how FACEIT worked, and FACEIT before was like way different than FACEIT is now. It's like not the same at all. It's like everything is different about FACEIT now. So I don't think it was so much so that FACEIT was so good. It was just that I was kind of ignorant to it. Like I just had like a lack of knowledge when it came to FACEIT in the early days when I first came to FACEIT. So I was testing out like a lot of like solutions and how to get around certain things on FACEIT, and that's just trial and error. So you get banned when you try it out. Try things and then lose and then fix it, and then try things and then lose and then fix it, and that's how you make something solid for the future.
Yeah, so how that happened? Like you went there, you decided to make one cheat. Did you maybe take existing cheat?
I took a lot of no. So I just took the logic from the cheat I already had for ESEA, and then I spent a couple months like talking to people who were already on FACEIT cheating, like people who are already making cheats on FACEIT, not like people paying. People who are already making cheats. I did so much like investigation into FACEIT myself. I did like talking on a lot of forums with people about FACEIT for a long time, just like getting any info that I could get to try to help me make it. And then I made one and it worked, and then I got banned in like 2 months.
Oh, so your cheat worked for 2 months?
Yeah, I played like 2 months and then I got banned, and then I switched up a little bit and then tried again, and then I got banned again in like 1 week. That's just how it works in the beginning, like you're not going to make anything that's perfect like first time, especially when we're talking about like big like software like this to have so much money and like the development time behind it. Like you're not just going to make something that's perfect, like that's not realistic. And then that's when I took a step back, and then I reevaluated everything and then did more investigation, and then I made second cheat, which has been perfect since then.
Like in that time when you were making cheats and testing a FACEIT, what was like in your mind? Did you like doing that for yourself, for ego, or in that time is already money on the mind?
It was just for money, like cheating in Counter-Strike or cheating in any game, honestly, for fun, like just for ego. That's so weird. It's so weird. Like I can't ever like imagine myself doing that.
And we talked before, like in that time you didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah, like I had money, but like I was also going through like a lot of stuff IRL, like out of the game, and then I did need like a lot of money really fast. I had a lot of legal issues, so I needed a lot of money. So I was just fuck it. I already have the skill behind making stuff like this, and I already actually played the game all the time. So if we're going to be on the game anyway, you might as well make something from it.
Okay. So now we're coming to how long did you cheat on secure servers like FACEIT? like we are talking about FACEIT right now, after those 2 bans, how long you cheat, like you still have that cheat you show me from that time till now with your perfect cheat not detected, how long on FACEIT?
After I got banned 2 times, I didn't play FACEIT for like many months. Like I was just like developing all the time, and I was doing like side projects too for like other people. So I wasn't not really working on my FACEIT cheat that much, or like even playing video games that much. I was just doing like client work because I needed money. And then like maybe like 1 year after I get banned. So right now we're in like, I'm gonna say we're in like 2018, end of 2018, beginning 2019 now, or like where I'm thinking. That's when I started working on my cheat again, because I had like a lot of free time then, and I had solved some of my IRL problems, so I had time to actually like, you know, play the game. And so I was playing FACEIT. I was playing FACEIT legit, but I was like also making my FACEIT cheat. I wasn't like using it. I was just spending a lot of time developing and just playing the game, because I actually play a lot of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, did you like, there is also one question probably interesting for people listening. Did you crack the anti-cheat of FACEIT? Did you find how it works? Did you understand like?
I wouldn't say like really crack, but you know, to get around anti-cheats, you do need to like do a lot of investigations. You need to reverse engineer. You need to do like a lot of like digital forensics into how it works, so you understand how to actually get around it. But I wouldn't say that's cracking, but it's more just like heavy-duty investigations. Anything that you have on your machine, anything, you can understand how it works. You can statically analyze anything that exists on your machine.
How long are you like your cheat is effective on FACEIT and not detected?
So the version I'm using right now, I have been using like two years, maybe like almost 2.5. No accounts I have used in last like two and a half years are banned. None. And I played like many games, like 1,000 games each account.
Okay, that's important, like, because FACEIT said like we detect DMA, all that, but the interesting question now is you are not using any devices, external devices on your PC or second PC.
No, yeah, I'm not using DMA. I have used DMA before, like, you know, when it became like the whole wave and everybody was looking into it. I was like, because I saw it as a money opportunity, so I did look into it, but it's like it's so oversaturated. My workaround to cheat on FACEIT does not involve second hardware at all. Like, I'm just using normal software on PC.
So you just cheat, you do some stuff, bam, and you can cheat on FACEIT with the software only, having what your cheat has.
It has ESP and sound. It has sound ESP, visual ESP, like normal wall hack people will call it, and it has aim, but aim is currently not safe, so it is disabled.
Okay, so aggressive anti-cheat, we need to watch out, but you used aim before.
Yes, yeah, I have used it before, but so it never got detected, but I saw the vulnerability behind what I was doing, so I just turn it off entirely until I can figure out a way around it. Anybody you see that is actually using some sort of aim assistance on FACEIT, like any sort of aim assistance, anything that controls, anything that simulates a mouse, if they are not banned and they are cheating safely, then it's with KM boxing. If they have any sort of one PC setup and they're using any sort of aim assistance, they will get banned.
Tell us something about VAC and FACEIT AC. Let's start with VAC. Why it's so shit? What's happening?
Well, VAC is bad because like it's not really an anti-cheat. It's more of just like a big database, like a big collection of knowledge from cheats that have been detected in the past. So theoretically, you know, if you make your own cheat and don't share it with anybody, and you don't trigger any of the server-sided checks that VAC have, you're safe to cheat.
A little bit more about those server-sided checks.
A lot of people in cheating community call stuff like untrusted features, like spinning. Like if you spin bot now, you know, match get cancelled. You know, if you for a while, if you did like auto bunny hop on CS2, not CSGO, if you did like auto bunny hop on CS2, it was considered untrusted. VAC just has like a lot of checks on the server side for things that are just completely not possible, so that if you do some of these things, you will get flagged. You won't get banned instantly, but you will get flagged. You will have like an untrusted client, and that's how you go into like a red trust and like a bunch of other stuff. That's always exists. That's never gone away. We've had that since beginning of VAC. One thing, a good way to explain is like, you ever see people like spinbotting? You see how like some people's heads are all the way up or all the way down? It's never actually all the way up or down, because there's a limit on the angle you can do on the server before it becomes flagged. Like, let's say if you wanted to look straight down. If you stand in Counter-Strike and you look straight down, I know in CS2 now we can see our legs and stuff, but think about like CSGO. You look straight down, and it looks like you're looking straight down. But straight down on a graph would be 90 degrees, right? Yeah, you can't look 90 degrees. If you look 90 degrees in Valve secure server, you will get untrusted because it's not possible to do. They clamp the angles. So you would have to go to only 89 degrees. Yeah, I mean, so like you just understand what server is looking for. And as long as you don't flag those things, like you don't go over those tripwires of the weird little the detection vectors they have, they're put in a way, they're implemented in a specific way where legitimate player would never like trigger these things.
So VAC is shit. It's like
back to shit, yes. Long story short, everybody hack is shit. I'm sorry.
yeah. So and they are not like in kernel driver. Let's talk about that. Tell us the difference between FACEIT anti-cheat and VAC, and why is like FACEIT anti-cheat good in your opinion?
Well, yeah, FACEIT technically have 3 anti-cheats running because they have VAC, because every FACEIT server has VAC running. You can test this yourself, everybody. If you go into your next FACEIT game, you open the console in CS2 and you type status. And then next to where you see the IP, I think it will say secured. It shows the VAC status. So VAC does run on FACEIT. Even though it's useless, it is useless. VAC does run on FACEIT, okay? And then on top of VAC, FACEIT have their own server-side anti-cheat. Like what VAC is a server-side anti-cheat. FACEIT have their own that also runs on FACEIT servers. And then on top of both of the server-side anti-cheats, they have their client anti-cheat that run on your computer.
That's new. That's new for me. I didn't know that, bro.
We all know VAC is bad. So we start on FACEIT server. It's basically just a super aggressive convar checking system, like kind of like how VAC introduced the untrusted angles that I was explaining, like 89 to 90 degrees, but FACEIT is like very aggressive with it. Like they have like a bunch of more things they implement on the server that's just super aggressive. That's why a lot of the exploits you see people doing in Premiere, you cannot do on FACEIT. And it's not even because the client anti-cheat, it's because the server anti-cheat. The weird like rapid fire manipulation people do, and how people like spin bot and stuff like that. Like if you went to FACEIT server and you did it, you would get banned. Because all of these checks are being done on the server itself, not by the client anti-cheat running any computer. These checks are being done on the server. Literally what VAC does, but FACEIT looks for a lot of things, not just stupid basic things like VAC is doing.
Wait. But then why do I need to make a video when someone is exploiting walls?
Yeah, because it was just not known. It was not known that that's a vulnerability. Because remember, FACEIT is not CS2. You know, FACEIT is its own thing that just tried to protect CS2 on their own servers. All of these issues that people are exploiting are Valve problems. These are all problems from Valve, right? They're CS2 issues, not FACEIT issues. Yeah. So FACEIT only try their best to like put band-aid fixes over the issues that the game bring.
Explain to us, like if like we are all noobs about that. Explain to us how deep that FACEIT goes, what they check, what they know about your PC.
Oh, FACEIT anti-cheat is like kernel level, like most modern anti-cheat. Like if you ever play games like Rainbow Six Siege, Rust, Apex Legends, like all these big games, all of them, they all have their own version of an anti-cheat that works kind of like FACEIT, where it has full access to your computer. So when you're installing the FACEIT anti-cheat on your computer, it's installing system services, all right? And these services are what actually like controls the anti-cheat. This is like the brain of the anti-cheat, and it has access to everything about your computer. And I don't mean just like they can see your files and just type of stuff like that. I mean like it has deep-rooted access to everything in the computer. So they can analyze everything that's happening within your hardware and software and your memory of your RAM, everything that exists somewhere on your machine, they have access to that region of your computer. And the reason for that is because they are very aggressive with what they're trying to detect. So basically, Windows has like a level of privileges. They're called rings, okay? It goes from 3, theoretically 3. There's technically ones above 3, but they're not really counted because they're kind of niche. So it goes from 3 to 1. The lower the number, the more privilege it has to everything on your computer.
In your opinion, how strong the FACEIT anti-cheat is among like everyone else in anti-cheat industry. Let's say that. Because for people believe it's shit. It doesn't detect much. It's like bypassed easily. As a cheat maker, you know how hard it is. Like explain to us how hard it is to bypass it.
Okay, so I'm going to be brutally honest with everybody. FACEIT is way better than the community thinks it is. It is way better than the community thinks it is. Like, you guys could have it so much worse. You guys could have BattleEye. If you guys had BattleEye or like some normal thing like ESEA, like how like all these other games have it, your experience would be even worse than you think it is now. The reason why FACEIT is good, I would say, is because it's built for a specific game. So it's not like an anti-cheat that's just being pushed with every modern game that comes out like easy anti-cheat. Every game that comes out has easy anti-cheat, right? So there's so many developers developing cheats for games that use easy anti-cheat. So there's so many people that are bypassing easy anti-cheat because so many games have it, right? Whereas FACEIT, it's very niche and specific to this game you're trying to play. So there's way fewer people who are able to get around it, and even fewer people who even care enough to, because if you don't develop something for a game on FACEIT that has the FACEIT anti-cheat client, then there's no reason for you to ever look at it. So there's such a small pool of people, like in the scene of just developing cheats, there's such a small pool of people who are even capable of developing a cheat for FACEIT. And then the fact that it's a kernel anti-cheat, and it does act very aggressively on your machine and in the server and everything. Like, FACEIT is not bad, like by any means. There's so many kernel anti-cheats that are way worse than FACEIT by like miles. So I think the community's view on FACEIT is very unfair, because FACEIT is not bad. If FACEIT was bad, then or if FACEIT was actually as bad as people claim it is, like so many people would be developing cheats for FACEIT.
Like, from your point, you need to be a really expert in making a cheat for FACEIT. Not everyone can just come and make a cheat.
Exactly. If that was true, if that was possible, there would be more people developing cheats for FACEIT.
Why do we have epidemic? Why do we have more cheaters than ever? Is like somebody posted like public. Do you think it's like a leak somewhere of some cheat?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that people have always been scared to cheat on FACEIT, because I think people are just always assumed that FACEIT was so overpowered that there was no point to cheat in it. So a lot of people were just deterred from even making cheats for it, just because of the lack of knowledge of it. Like I said, it only exists for this one game, you know? So it's not something they see everywhere. It's not something that cheat developers would always like have to deal with. So I think just the fear of it being unknown has led to people to not want to make cheats for it for so long. And then when the whole DMA like thing started getting really popular in like 2021, 2022, and people realized like, oh, well, this worked on FACEIT and it's working pretty good on FACEIT. And then a lot of people are just don't have money to build full DMA setup. And they're like, well, what can we do that isn't DMA that's as safe? And that kind of sparked the interest for more people to get into cheat development on FACEIT again, because they're seeing now so many people cheating on FACEIT with DMA. So now all the developers are looking into it and trying to find a way to do it without DMA, right? All the things that are happening right now on FACEIT have been possible on FACEIT. People just weren't doing it, okay? It's not like something just changed and they just became shit. Like, this was always possible. Well, I don't want to say always, but possible as far as like, you know, these vulnerabilities have existed in these systems for a long time. It's just people weren't taking advantage of it. But because DMA got so popular and like took over like cheating in video games, now there's a really big like just community eye on cheating, which means that more cheat developers are also looking at cheating on FACEIT. So now there's just more people trying to do it. It's not that anything really changed. It's just that more people are just actually doing it now. And I will say, though, there are definitely more public cheats now for FACEIT than they were. Again, but that's because more people are interested in it now. But public cheats will always get detected on FACEIT very fast. It's because they're public. So FACEIT themselves will send out some of their like engineers, and they will obtain the cheats and they will reverse them and they will detect them. And I think a really big thing also why people think there's so many people cheating on FACEIT is that, I will say from the aspect of your user base, let's say this, right? Because you're Europe-based, you're based in EU. Most cheaters on FACEIT, so like most people who have been banned for cheating on FACEIT are from EU. And it's not by a little margin. It's by overwhelming amounts. Almost 90% of all people who got banned for cheating on FACEIT in the last 30 days are from EU. That are just like, I think some people blow it out of proportion how many people are cheating just because they might be in a place where they're just more likely to see a cheater. It's not really that so many people on the whole platform are cheating. It's really just you're most likely in a place where most of the cheaters are.
But I understand your point, but it's not possible that I'm just like getting reports and I'm finding cheater from day to day to day, and they're not banning until I make a video. And now what happened? The guy that I caught cheating from FPL, he got kicked from FPL, but he's not banned. Why? He's kicked because it's sus, but they didn't catch anything. They didn't find anything on his PC. What's happening? Like they couldn't detect.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you're right. It is just going crazy. So think about this. Like, if someone's using undetected cheat, a cheat that the anti-cheat will not pick up automatically, that means it can only ever be banned manually, right?
Yeah.
Think about how many people get reported on FACEIT every single day. Like, tens of thousands of people get reported every day, FACEIT. So unless you have a team of like 100,000 people who can look through all these games, those people are not going to get banned. Like, I don't want to say not at all, because maybe they will when they look through all the reports, but there's so many reports and there's not that many people to investigate them. So honestly, if you have a cheat that does not automatically get detected by anti-cheat, it doesn't get flagged, your firmware is not detected, blah, 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 blah. If you have something in place where you're relying on them to manually ban you, you will be able to cheat for a long time.
But you know what I think what happened with FACEIT? They want everything to be automatically. So you removed a lot of people working, real admins, watching those demos, checking. They removed them because they want everything to be automatically. They have they're like doing everything with scanning, and if they catch. But people start running around. Like everything happened after the Saudis bot. Like they start running around, killing, no one checking them, people reporting, and that gets ignored. That's the problem. If you have a team, you will drastically remove a lot of cheaters. Why? Because after you ban a lot of cheaters, someone is reviewing that. They start working again crazy good. People start getting scared. The guy paid 1,000 to get boost. Boom, he got banned. Like booster get banned. Cheater get banned. Like if you have a team, you will again hold that security of players.
But you're thinking from the aspect of like being as you're looking for results. But this is a multi-million-dollar corporate organization. They are trying to earn money, and the way that you earn money is by reducing cost. That's what every big company doing now is automation. Everyone automate everything. Look at any big company running the world. They automate everything, right? That's how you keep costs low and keep profit high. You're talking about it from aspect of someone who has love for the game and wants to see like the results. But they are a business. Most of the people running FACEIT don't play games. They don't play the game. They don't care. They're making money.
But people will pay more if they are secure.
I just know just from how businesses work, they're not going to do that. Because okay, think about this. Your videos is showing that there's a problem on FACEIT, clearly, right? But do you think with your video showing that there's a problem on FACEIT, that FACEIT is not still making millions of dollars every single month? You're like, bro, they make I think like 25 to 30 something $1 million every year, bro. Like guaranteed. That's like normal, like baseline.
Brother, they can make a team just banning this.
I know they can and they should, but you're talking from your heart, like someone actually cares about it. They don't have to care about it because their job is not to care about it. Their job is to return a profit with the least amount of effort. So if you make video, they still make $30 million. If you don't make video, they still make $30 million.
We finished with this part 1, and in part 2, expect to see how his cheat works. See you guys.